This is just a quick one. Quick one. I am not going to take much of your time. One thing I have observed from the protest that took place in Abuja today, led by Sowore, a Yoruba man. It is true that we have been disappointed by the behavior and activities of some of the Yorubas. But no matter how much there are bad people in a society or in a particular place, there are also, good people, and there are also people who are in the middle. Sowore has proven that, you know, whatever he said about the southeastern governors. I know one thing, one of the reasons why Sowore took embark on this journey today is to prove to us that our leaders are hiding something from us. And that's exactly the reason why I supported that protest, because I know the protest is not going to go anywhere. Because the revolution to happen in Nigeria, we know that Igbos must be involved fully. So eventually, what we see today, so already, led protest, and of course that protest, at least it gained traction at some point. People showed up, but we know that police also showed up. Just like we expected, because we know that there is nothing that happens in Nigeria that a kind of protest, the Nigeria police will not show up and start intimidating people, which also violate Nigeria constitutions. So Nigeria police does not actually, obey Nigeria constitution. They do as they please at all time, which is something that is very problematic. They are basically radicalizing people that whenever you are coming to a protest, you need to prepare, because the Nigeria police, they are no, they don't understand their laws. They don't understand Section 41 and Section 40 of 1999 Constitution, how it protects people's right of freedom of movement, freedom of peaceful protest. They don't think about it. So they are now going off the book to violate the right of people that is actually recognized and gazetted in Nigeria Constitution. So, but by the way, Sowore has proven that there can still be, you know, a man of honor coming from Yoruba land. I'm not in any way saying that it might not change tomorrow, because one thing is that change is something that is constant, but I believe that we take it one step at a time. When somebody excel, we give them the accolade that they deserve. When they mess up, we bounce back on them, just like we are bouncing on Very Dark Man. One thing that is very, very necessary is that we should remember anything that is done by anybody, the good they do, so that eventually when they do bad, we will also remember the bad thing they did. We don't know the mind of Sowore. We can only assume. What is the reason why Sowore is embarking on this journey? I believe that one of the reasons is that he wants to prove to us that those people who profess the desire to release Nnamdi Kanu, they are not. It is not they are not actually, walking the talk. They are just using it to deceive you. That is to say that every governor in Biafra land who is asking you for a vote, they are not asking you for a vote to serve you, to give you something that you demand, or to make you happy, or to make you live good. They are asking you for a vote so that they will now sell your right to the Nigeria government. They don't care about you. Now, let's assume, because many of you might think that because they didn't show up to the protest, that means I'm thinking that they are selling us. No, we know that they are selling us. I'm not thinking. It's not because they haven't show up to the protest. It is because none of them even actually said anything positive in support of the protest. Some of them come up and start telling people not to come out. They should be a coward. That's what they're telling people. They're telling you to be a coward while they are basically embezzling, money that belongs to you and I and everybody. But when it comes to something to be pragmatic about, they call you out to tell you to be a coward because you heard them one or two times, speaking as if they are speaking on your behalf in the House of Assembly or a National Assembly. They are not speaking about you. They are not speaking for you. When you see them start clamoring, when you see them start crying, they are crying because they are expecting more for selling you off to the to the people who hate you the most. That's why they are crying. You will never find them actually speak because they want to. They have your back. They never had your back. You see, so Soludo, they asked him about the protest. What did Soludo say? Soludo said, the issue is you don't need to digress. The issue is not relevant. We need to talk about how we are going to make sure that our home is livable and all that. How are you going to talk with someone that you are not calling for his release, someone that his right is being violated, someone that the government that you are part of is violating his right and holding him for ransom, and you are telling us, Soludo, that you are waiting for him to be released? How can he be released when you don't care about him? All you governors from the southeast, we expected you, even if you are not going to join the protest. And I know that at some point, Atiku Abubakar even came up. Dude, I know that this is for them to score political goals, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Those are good politicians. You guys are playing band behind. You don't know how to play politics. Atiku Abubakar took his time to come for the protest. Sowore was there. All of you were you guys were just telling people not to show up. They should be coward. Let them be coward. The same way they will be coward and they will be cowering in that Nigeria, and Nigeria will be eating them deep until they decide that we need to actually try something else in order to see if we can get a different result. You cannot actually get this right if we don't rise up. We need to be angry enough. We need to be angry enough. Sowore has done something. No matter if he changes tomorrow and turn up against everyone, it doesn't matter, but he has gone into the book of books, into a history that Sowore has done something for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. He had he has made history. Governor of Anambra State, you are there just trying to market yourself. You want people who are crying for the release of Nnamdi Kanu to come and vote you back in. You are talking, this is also beg the question, this. Are you guys the ones voting these people? These people are just taking advantage and going into position of leadership by themselves. You are demanding the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Soludo is telling you that we shouldn't digress. People who know politics are using it to actually, garner support. Soludo is there. That means they don't care about whether you vote or not. As long as they have the power of incumbent, they are going to put themselves back into the, position. Just like, Hope Uzodinma. He imposed himself on Buhari. The impostor in Aso Rock placed him there. Even though he was third in the ballot, the impostor in Aso Rock placed him there. That is what we see in Nigeria. They don't care about your vote. They force it down your throat. So one thing you should now understand is that all of them in the Southeastern leadership caucus, you should know that they don't care about Nnamdi Kanu. They just talk. They just talk. If there is any one reason why I supported today's protest, I spoke about it, I rallied behind them, is because I want to see Who are those who are going to speak up boldly, unequivocally, without fear or favor of anyone, to speak on behalf of this protest and say we support this protest, and call on Nigeria police to know that this is the right of people to gather peacefully? None of them did that. We know that the biggest things that we expect from them is to come out and protest. No, they don't protest. They are big men with your money, big men with ego ndị Anambra, big men with ego ndị Enugu State, big men with ego ndị Imo State, big men with ego ndị Ebonyi State, big men with ego ndị Abia State, big men with all of ego ndị Rivers State, ego ndị everywhere, Delta State. They are big men with your money. That's what they are doing. All of them. We don't have representatives. That's the only thing we can tell. We only have representatives. That's what we got. They don't care about us. We need to care about ourselves, because that's Nonya Joagaha Jomwe. If there is anything, Sowore has taken the flag, has gone into the history book, that Sowore was the only politician, presidential aspirant, and Atiku Abubakar who boldly came out to demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot change that history. That's something you don't know. Many people might be thinking that it is a wrong call, it is a wrong support. He is doing it for whatever. We don't care about what Femi Fani-Kayode did. We don't care about what Remy Omokri is doing. We don't care about what any of them is doing. All we care about is what Sowore is doing. That is latest. Everything you do will go into a history book. It will never be forgotten. Good or bad. That's one thing people don't understand. We have been shown that our leaders in the Southeast don't care about your feelings. How will they care about your well-being? Anybody who don't care about your feelings doesn't care about your well-being. So, because for you to be well, you need to have, your feelings must be intact. So, however it is, congratulations to Sowore and Atiku. I can tell you, congratulations to them. This is not issue of pretense. It is not issue of pretense. If you couldn't come, speak with your support. At least, as an Oyan Niazilori Neji, Okwa Bawado. Had it been the leaders in the East came up and say, we are solidly behind you guys, but we will be busy doing one or two national calls. So we are solidly behind you. We might not make it on the ground, but we are with you. Dude, you were going to see that protest will get more traction, momentum. But they were actually telling people not to go. That's weird. But they come out all the time making noise. Yeah, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. They come to the news all the time releasing Nnamdi Kanu. That's what they do. If you interview Soludo, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. If you interview Hope Uzodinma, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. Sowore told us the last time that Hope Uzodinma said Nnamdi Kanu should not be released. It's not a joke. Then you look at the one who called himself Udene. Udene speak. Udene speak. All these people who give you money to hire 7 buses to come and do counter protest. Udene. Those people, they couldn't come and release you when you mess up and you are in jail looking like the real Udene. They couldn't come and look after you. They will use you. They will dump you. You name yourself a vulture. That's what you look like. Udene, you are almost 40 years old, no child, no wife, no house, no achievement. All you do is evil hatred. You just look like a witch. That's what you look like, buddy. You call yourself a vulture, but you look like the real vulture. Almost 40 years, nothing achieved. All you have in your heart, hatred, scared of change. All these things that they have been giving you, all these people who have joined you, Iken Guru Ago have joined you guys, all of you eventually, all these peanuts that all these governor and the agents are giving you, all those peanuts, dude, by the time people will be moving forward, you people will be at the back begging for help because you want to eat your future now because you can't have, both your bread buttered both sides. You chose to sabotage the change that we are calling for. You chose to be alone because you think you can. You just want to you just want to trend. That's one thing I have seen. It makes you feel important. Dude, you are not important. No one love you. Dude, no one love you at all. If you know how people feel about you, dude, you would just go and unalive yourself. You think they love you. No one love you. They're just using you. When they finish using you, they kick you like the way they kick bucket. They will just abagu kuniki just wake. This thing you are Wanzane rock or on Araman. You think you are better than others. You cannot. You will not be worse than Ifajo. We have seen people like you in the history. History is always, not on the side of people like you because you historically you will end up with nothing. 38-year-old man or 40, is it maybe 48 or 42-year-old boy? You are all up and down looking for who you will fight with at all time. Nwanga, Nwanga, Nwanga abịakwa ọzọ, ya gaa ya gaa ye, ya gaa ye, ọ ka ga-abịakwa ọzọ, ya gaa ya gaa ye, ya gaa ye. If I na-akụlụ Udene speak, you are an ex-convict Udene speak, and you want to come up and say you are protesting for one Nigeria. One Nigeria who convicted you because you insulted a pastor, Mugu. You don't get sense. But I don't need to waste my time and breath on a stupid person like you, just a chaff. So most importantly is that the protest opened our eyes to see that we don't have any support from our leaders. We do not have any support from our leaders. The thing is that everybody will be thinking, no, if I come out for this protest, they will target me. They will target me. You are being targeted already because tomorrow, you know what will happen tomorrow? Tomorrow it might be your child that will meet injustice. Will you come out or will you not come out? They will target you. You are being targeted already. The two laws that governs that contraption called Nigeria is targeting you at all time, whether you come out from release of Nnamdi Kanu's protest or not. And if you had come out, it will show Nigeria that you are now ready for change. The kingdom of God suffers violence, but the violent people take it by force. If you are not ready for change, change will never come. And consistency is what brings change. You are scared that they will target you. You are a businessman in Lagos, business person in Abuja, business owner, politicians. You are still coming out from your shell as a politician. I don't want to spoil my political career by supporting secession. Let them target you because you are being targeted already. If you do good, they target you. If you do bad, they target you. If you no do, they still target you. Is it not stupidity and cowardice that made you not to support the protest in the name that they will target you? Yeah, we've been targeted. We know that. The laws are two. The one that governs the North and the one that governs the West and the ones that governs the East. That is the laws you have in that contraption called Nigeria. You are still scared of being targeted. You are targeted at all time. Nothing changes that. So if you are still in your la la land, they will target me. They will target us. They will target us. Make it obvious. Let them target us because it makes no difference. You guys are so just selfish. You guys are just selfish. All of you, starting from local government chairman to the governor, in fact, starting with the councillors, local government chairman, then to any other person, senators, governors, all of you, very selfish set of people who claim that they are our representatives, but you guys are just nothing but our representatives. That's what you guys are. You cannot represent someone you don't care about. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu, releasing Nnamdi Kanu. You'll be surprised. Sowore will be the one who will, bring the release of Nnamdi Kanu, gain momentum and traction, and all of you will be in your shell, waiting for him to come so that we will plan how to develop our land. Mugus, you can't develop your land without Nnamdi Kanu. You know you cannot. You want to sit down with him, Soludo, and plan how to make our place livable so that when people are chasing you, you will run home. Why can't you start doing it? Ever since you became a governor of Anambra State, what have you achieved? Like seriously, let's do what they. Did you achieve anything? No. The only thing you achieve is that you are fighting insecurity. Carry people put in jail without trial. Akwa ọkụkọ tiwala akị. We know that the arrest might make sense, but at least in a place where the law work, find something and make them answer the case. You can't put people in jail for nothing. Give the law a reason to work. That is jungle justice that you guys practice, and that is the same thing holding Nnamdi Kanu. You guys are thinking that once an law causing on you guys are breaking the law in the name that you want to suppress civilians. One day civilians will rise up and break the law in the names that they want to remove you because you can no longer be trusted. You have violated your oath to protect the law. That's what all of you as leaders in Nigeria are doing, violating your oath of office to stifle, particular people, to make sure that you make particular people feel, certain way, be prejudiced about your people, playing partisan politicking, sending people to their early graves. We are having leaders in the East. We have no leaders. We have no representatives. We have nobody speaking on our behalf, right? We have nobody because they are scared they might be targeted. These are a bunch of cowards, but every time who will use the rhetorics, you will be targeted oh. Don't come out oh. If they say don't maybe that one way you go come out na that one go lead revolution. They go tell you don't come out oh. Imagine a politician advising people who are disgruntled. You are disgruntled by the behavior of the politician, and the politician will come out on the national TV to tell you, "Hey, don't be disgruntled this time around. Oh, if you be disgruntled this time around, they want to set you up. Oh, and you agree with them. What the hell? Are you guys being serious? The day the spirit of revolution will enter one person in Nigeria and they stand up, politician will come and tell you, no, don't come out. Oh, they are targeting you. Oh. They are targeting you oh, as if you never knew that they are targeting you. Dude, they've been targeting you all your life. That's why they unalive you in 1967 to 1970. They've been targeting you. Are you going to say, because they are targeting me, we will remain in a place where when you do something with a Yoruba man will be free and you will still be in a solitary confinement. When you do something with a Fulani man will be free and you're still in the solitary confinement. And you will tell me, no, if you come out to protest for someone who is actually being treated differently, they will target you. They will target you. Are you insane? You're already targeted. That's all I came to tell you. Congratulations to Sowore. Sowore for president. Sowore and Atiku for president. 20, is it 2029 or 2028? I don't care about the election, so I don't even, follow the date. Those are the people who have proven that they don't follow the norm. They don't follow the norm. They are brave. It doesn't matter whatever transpired today. They are brave. Well done, Sowore. Regardless of your motive, at least it has gone down to the history book. The first person who wanted to take people to Aso in protest for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, Atiku Abubakar. Where was Peter Obi? Did they want to call him out? You should have actually, you should make a speech about the protest, even if you're not going to show up. Should have said you wish them good luck. They are exercising their right. You wish them good luck. You should have said something like that. It would make sense. But in a situation where we will be like human beings, smelling like dead bodies, doesn't make sense. Whether the Nigeria government wants it or not, Nnamdi Kanu need to be released. He must be released. Our governors, in fact, they're not my governors. Those thieves that are representing Eastern Nigeria, one day, every day is for the thieves. One day is for the owner. That's one thing I can tell you guys. One day, what happened in Nepal will take place. Maybe it will start in Biafra land. It doesn't matter. Maybe it will start in Biafra land. We will know how many soldiers they will send. When the whole Biafra land is on protest, we will know how many soldiers we will send. And then Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen will be making their way into your bushes as well. You will leave them and send soldiers to come and unalive Biafrans. One day that spirit will enter into 1 million people at once. Then all of you will run. Just like Joey Bokwe has permanently run to Lagos. All of you will run when the spirit of liberation comes into 1 million people. Then you will know that everything has expiry date. Your wickedness, your greed, your evil doings, they have expiry dates. And they will eventually expire. But until then, we keep counting. We keep tabs of everything. We keep record. Every day is for the thieves. One day is for the owner. What we are asking for, what Nnamdi Kanu asked for, is a referendum for people to decide whether or not they will be part of this forceful amalgamation, which was ideology of a British white man who came to colonize you and decided to set up a structure called Nigeria. And since then, Nigeria has been, benefiting or beneficial to Britain, not to Nigerians and to their political class, because they sell you for nothing in order to make you respect them. Imagine a scenario where they get sick. They go to abroad to treat themselves. You get sick. No one even know you exist. They use your money to go to abroad, but they cannot use that money to actually build the best hospital that will cater for everyone. Then what you see is very dark man looking for someone who is selling phone expensive. Some idiot will start, supporting that bullshit because they know that it's about blame the victim because that's what they do all the time. Blame the victim instead of calling on the government to do their job. You are not calling on individual to do the job of government, but the government is using your money to enjoy. You are not crying, but your problem is the business, Igbo man is doing. How much is pricing his phone? But you are not asking yourself, how much does your government use to travel abroad to go and do medical checkup? You don't ask it. It's not your problem. It is how much Igbo man sell a phone that becomes your problem. Those two-faced people, when you look at them, you think they are good. NGO is an easy way now for people to get rich so quickly. NGO, we are doing NGO. We are doing NGO. We are charity. We are we have integrity. Integrity, my foot. You want to regulate Igbo man business. You don't want to regulate government governance. That can, if government is governing properly, we will have competition, sector that makes sure that the price is priced well in order to curb inflation. The government does not care about inflation. Why would you care? Because no matter how much you do as an individual, you will never curb inflation. You will never do anything that will bring inflation to gain contraction. No, you wouldn't. The only thing that brings down inflation is that when the government take a position, but you don't see the job of a government, you now want to impose the job of a government to ordinary buyer and seller, a retailer. That's what you want to impose your government, assignment to. Isn't that stupidity? It is stupidity. Save one, destroy five. That's what VDM do in Nigeria. You save one, destroy five. I used to follow you thinking that eventually I follow you not because I'm thinking anything. The same way I'm following Sowore for what he's doing. Everybody, if you mess up, you're gonna learn the hard way. It is your word, very dark man. You want to use Igbo man business to regulate Nigeria. You the craze. Ozo. Like hey, you people are crazy in that Nigeria. You people are crazy. Don't worry, after this video I have seen who compiled your report card. We're going to drop your report card in this page after this video. Next time, go and look for Igbo man business where you go use to regulate price in Nigeria. Okay? You know, if you see government activities, make you just focus that energy on them. I don't, when people call you government agent, I don't even want to comment on that because I haven't seen a reason to do so. Because when you see me attacking someone, this is exactly what I did with Simon Ekpa when he came out doing good. I followed him. When I noticed that he is off track, I tried to call him into order, but he ignored it because as in a nwanza na-ele ụkwụ na-ele ọkụ sị na ọ na-ara mmanụ. You get, there is something called power intoxication. That is exactly the same thing that happens to you, very dark man, that is happening to your leaders. Once you get small power, you get intoxicated by it and you start misbehaving. You start being highest bidder. And when I realized that you are highest bidder was the time you started attacking Happy because you became friend with Odogu. That's when I started realizing, and I did a small video then. I am not the type of person who judge person by hearsay. No, I don't hearsay. Must give me a reason to judge you. And when I judge you, I don't stop. It doesn't mean while I'm judging you that if you do something good, I will not give you accolade. I will still give you accolade. But if you mess up, you're gonna collect. And you're gonna collect the hard way. That's it. You cannot use Igbo man business to regulate Nigeria. Go and use Nigeria business to regulate Nigeria. First of all, realize that Obasanjo took monopoly of buying and selling and gave to Dangote. That's why he is the richest man in Africa. You didn't see him. You cry about Dangote truck. After crying about Dangote truck, block road in Benin, in Edo State. Small time, you change your topic. Say because people say this, people say that. Then you're no longer talking about Dangote. Abi Dangote settle you, then you stop talking about him. These are the type of things that we see in Nigeria. Like I said, even if angel fly from heaven, come and enter Nigeria, as long as they take human being body, they go corrupt them. That's why they are still scared. They haven't seen anything like Nnamdi Kanu before. That's why that one they pain them die. They have never seen anyone who refused to capitulate, regardless of the bomb that is being thrown at him. You'll call, is it NG, what do they call it? Nigeria Medical Association, NMA, to look at Nnamdi Kanu, make them to report that Nnamdi Kanu is fit to stand trial. But when you want to check whether you are fit, you politicians, you run abroad because you don't trust any institution that you have established in Nigeria, but you want Nnamdi Kanu to trust it. You want us to trust it for him. That's what you made us believe. You guys are a bunch of cowards, bunch of criminals in the government. One day we're going to rise up. You know, we look at it happening in Nepal, Madagascar. Now, you know one thing that the Madagascar government, new military government said, no one is going to hold dual citizen. If you're a government official, no dual citizen for you. But African Union, backward African Union is still talking about suspending them. All of them have dual citizen because they know that once you become a military leader recently, you will start making decisions that will favor ordinary people on the ground. That's why they are so scared. They don't want it to extend to their country. That's why immediately they act swift, but they don't act swift to establish free trade zone in Africa. They haven't acted swift ever since they were the establishment of African Union in 9th of July 2022. What have they achieved? Nothing. Only to suspend people who are actually, finding a way to do things differently. That's the only thing that they achieve. Swiftly to, you know, to sanction any country that want to break free from the chain of neocolonialism. That is those things you see. Africa will never move forward until Africans rise up and defeat the system that is established by neocolonialists in order to keep you in the shackle as a slave all your lives, generation to generation. Berlin Conference was very, very successful because it was presented as truth mixed with lie. Berlin Conference ideology, the way it was presented to us, some truth in front, mixed with loads of lies at the back. Then we bought the story, they entered us, they conquered us, they have now left us where we are, gave us bunch of criminals to govern us tomorrow. If you rise up to challenge them, they want to jail you or they want to unalive you. That's what they do because it's a circle of failure that must continue failing. That is the slogan. We cannot make these people, have a better life because if you make them have a better life, maybe one day this country, will become like, paradise. So let's continue to put them down through these criminals because all of them, if you check all of them, there is none of them that are genuine in the government. There is no government in most African countries that are genuine. Find out that most of them have a criminal record somewhere. That's why they can never do anything good until they are overthrown. You see, all of them, they cannot make decision for themselves. And they will never tell you, please overthrow me so that I will get out of this shackle that I am having. No, they won't tell you that. Because the people who are controlling them, their controllers have something on them that they will always use to threaten them. That's why they will always give you the worst. Because if they give you the best, there is no leverage. So they will always give you the worst. Of course, it is obvious that Tinubu has, had 1999 Chicago bad record. Among other things, they have it on him. They refused to release the record because they wanted him to be the president so that they will use it against him in order to control him. That's what the system that they give to us all the time require. If you are a good man, you will never be a president. The day you see Peter Obi is given a president without a fight in Nigeria, you should know that Peter Obi is an evil person now. As long as Peter Obi is still speaking English and speaking how we will fix the system, you're wasting your time. It will never get to him. The day they will give it to him is when they have now refined him, cook him, initiate him, make him an evil person that will dance to their tone. And of course, it will still be difficult because they don't have anything on him. He's not a criminal. That's why they won't give it to him. That's why you can never be free. Because they don't give people who are not criminal power. They only give criminals power because they have something to control him with. They are still building pipeline from Imo State to Europe for natural gas. It will move gas to Europe like without being, without any problem at all time. That's what we see. Our resources feeding other people while people are dying with us because of non-adequate medical facilities, because of bad governance. They make money all around. Now they have to introduce income tax. Income tax. If Tinubu introduce income tax, you see, I've been crying about monetary policy that Tinubu has been introducing. Who is those monetary policy, basically beneficial to? The government. He has been introducing monetary policy from the prior to the time of office, he assumed office, started with a subsidy removal. From subsidy removal, Tinubu now has introduced indirect tax that they collect money from your account, right? Every bank account have the particular amount of money they will pay. They call it did they call it a cyber what? Cyber something the last time. Now, income tax. Everybody will pay tax. Another money, more money being given to this government that is incompetent, that is not doing anything. Taxation all over the place. Monetary policy that benefits the capitalists, the government, because in Nigeria, the capitalists are mostly the government or the people they use, like Dangote. Those are the capitalists. The monetary policy they introduce will be beneficial to them, not to ordinary people, because you will be the taxpayer, they will be the tax spender. That's what they do. And some of their capitalists will act like they are philanthropists. They don't pay tax, right? That's how they invent tax. So one thing is that we are not actually going to the right direction. People say who claim or profess the desire of one Nigeria or believing in one Nigeria, you are basically fooling yourself. There is no Nigeria. There is no Nigerians. The only Nigerians that exist is your president and your governors and your House of Assemblies and their children and their children children, generation to generation. You are not included. You are not included. You are just there. You are just there. The country is on autopilot. The only thing they know is to share money. When they turn off the mic, they share money. Sometimes they tell you that a crocodile swallowed money in a country. In a country that you call a country. No one questioned it. That one go. Buhari died in 2017, goes to lead you for 6 years. No one questioned it. That one go. Tinubu, who used to pee his pants, is ruling you. All of a sudden, Tinubu does not come in a live TV. We don't even know if he's still alive or we are being governed by another robot. because they don't come on national TV. Each and every broadcast they give you, it's always not live. It's pre-recorded. They send it to the media to play. Why is that? Those are one of the things we need to be questioned. You have a president that does not do, you know, does not do have interaction, does not have interaction with anyone. That is the type of governor, president that you have. They don't do real life interaction. They only do dead ones, dead interaction. So how will you think that it's still there? How do they want us to be convinced that we have a president? Because what they do is that since the North, if the North say it is our turn, it's our turn for 8 years, even if they clone a robot when the other one die, it does not matter. It does not matter to these cabals. The only thing that matters to them is that the turn of the North must finish. So it's the turn of the West now. West have taken over, doing their stuff. They don't come on national TV to address situations. They do a podcast and send to you, and we play it. Everything is okay. But the truth of the matter is that Sowore showed us those who call for Nnamdi Kanu releasing Nnamdi Kanu with their lips, not with their heart. Those are ndị omeremere ndị kwamputu n'azụ. Fa baa n'ọfịa gbuo fa tọ na-esi jụọ onye bụ. That's what they do. Those evil people. That's what they do. But all of you governors and senators from Eastern region, mostly you guys are hypocrites. All of you are bunch of hypocrites, evil set of people who does not give a fuck about anybody, but you care about yourself. But one day we'll tell you guys go to hell. This is where I'm going to leave it. Until we meet again.